our next assembly. We're off to follow Jenny and Sue on their next adventure. Come on, you Reds!
Well, I'm ready for the football match.
Yeah, me too.
I've got my wolf clothes on.
Yeah.
Nothing could stop us having
No,
fun
we're
today.
gonna have great fun
Yeah,
tonight.
looking really forward to
Really
it.
to it.
Definitely. Oh, it's raining! It's raining! Oh, I can't even get me on it. I'll get wet. That's alright. It's only a bit of rain. I'm singing in the rain. I'm going to the football match. Come on. No, I don't want to go. Oh, these chips are awesome. I hope our match we're going to watch will be as good as these chips are. Can I have another?
Oh no, look!
Oh.
What you've done!
Oh, sorry.
My chips are all over the floor. I'm going to be starving hungry now.
Well, at least
All
you
through
ate.
the match.
At least you ate some of them, and look on the positive side. It's good for the diet.
But I like my chips. I'm not worried about dieting.
Whoops, sorry. Come on, you
Oh,
man!
yeah!
Go
Come
on!
on!
Go on!
That's it!
Yeah,
Come
you
on!
can do it! You can do it!
Yeah!
Oh. We've scored in the other goal.
No, that's rubbish.
Oh,
no.
it's not that rubbish. I mean,
They've lost now, haven't they?
yeah, but we've plenty of time to score another
No,
goal.
they'll not score again now.
Yeah,
No,
it's
they're
fine. It's
finished.
fine.
I'm not gonna support them anymore. They just can't. Well, they're just rubbish.
No,
Absolute
keep
rubbish.
keep positive. Keep positive.
What's there to be positive about?
Yeah, well, it's only 6-0, but it's fine. Keep positive.
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
positive.
6-0. They're never going to catch up, are they? They'll be demoted next time.
No, keep your hope. Keep your faith.
I've had enough. I'm ready for going home. Is it time? Oh, let's go home. It's waste of time watching it end. Well, that was a total waste of time, that was. Rubbish again.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, we lost, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, you've got to give them a chance.
Do we? I don't think so. Total waste of time.
Oh, come on. It wasn't really that bad.
Was. Well, it's really hard to be positive when everything's going wrong, when you get wet through, when your football team loses, and when you lose your food as well. But you know, there's a story in the Bible where two men are in a really difficult situation, and you'd think they'd be very negative. But in fact, with God's help, they were very, very positive.
Paul and Silas were travelling around telling people all about Jesus and doing lots of amazing things. One of the places that they went to was called Philippi in Greece, and this was ruled over by the Romans, who were really mean and nasty. There was a few people in Philippi who really didn't like what Paul and Silas were doing. In fact, they hated what Paul and Silas were doing, so much so that they complained to the Romans and had the Romans arrest them. The Roman soldiers beat up Paul and Silas and put them into prison. They told the jailer, "You must watch them really carefully." I think they might have been worried about them escaping. The jailer took Paul and Silas and he placed them in the centre of the jail. This was the one where he knew there was no way of them escaping. He chained up their wrists and he chained up their ankles to make sure that they definitely had no chance of escaping. That night, it was about midnight. If it was me, I'd be fast asleep in bed. But Paul and Silas, they weren't sleeping. In fact, they were praying and singing praises to God. I wonder what that would have sounded like.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see.
As Paul and Silas were singing and praising God, something started to happen. There was an earthquake. The jail started to shake. The door flung wide open. Their chains rattled and shook until they fell off of their wrists and their ankles. The jailer, he woke up. He was so scared. He'd seen that the door was wide open and he thought that all the prisoners had escaped. He pulled out his sword and he was about to do something really bad when all of a sudden he heard, "Stop!" "We're still here," said Paul. The jailer sighed with relief. Phew, he thought. He put away his sword and he called somebody to bring a torch and light so that he could see inside of the jail. They brought it and he went in and he spoke to Paul and Silas and he said, "What must I do to be saved? What must I do to become a Christian?" They said, "All you need to do is just believe." The jailer did believe. He helped Paul and Silas and he cleaned up all of their wounds for them and he took them back to his house. And that night, the jailer and his whole family also became Christians. That's one of my favourite stories in the Bible. I love to sing and to praise God. And I sing and praise God especially when I'm going through tough times. And it helps me to stay positive. I wonder, what helps you to stay positive?
We all face challenges and difficult circumstances, just like Paul and Silas did. But as Christians, we know we can face those difficult times in a positive way because God is with us and we can trust him. We're going to pray now, and if you want to join in, we're going to pray using sign language to praise God. We're going to praise God. God, thank you that you are with us when we face difficult times at school. Let's praise God. God, thank you that you are with us when we face things we find difficult at home. Let's praise God. God, thank you that you are with us when we face things we find difficult with our friends and family. Let's praise God. Let's all say the whirly amen together. Ready? Amen.